Oh, so things are great, huh? Great. Is that what you said?
With 2 recordings?
Great. We do have 2 recordings.
Great.
See, they're great. They're great. That's what the Cheeto wanted us to do. They wanted to make us great. No more free sliced cheese.
No.
We had to make America great again.
No.
Anyway, you know, tomorrow is Christmas.
Wow.
And so we're going to do some Christmas jokes to start off. You know what you call a fear of Santa?
I have no idea. I can't imagine.
Well, that's claustrophobia, don't you know?
Oh, don't you know?
Oh
my.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know that the elves, they make great motivational speakers. You know why?
Oh, I bet they do, but why?
Because they've got plenty of elf confidence.
Oh,
Okay,
because there's no S. I got it.
Yeah. So are you ready for the really bad one?
Oh.
The last joke for the
there's
pre-roll?
a worse one? Oh, great. Okay.
Yes.
I'm ready.
It's like, what do you get when you cross a snowman with a vampire?
I don't know.
Well, you get frostbite, of course.
Oh.
Anyway.
Oh, my God.
How?
Well,
On
on that note, I have to say I got this amazing email the other day about how to read maps backwards. It was spam.
Yeah, it was spam. It was spam. Oh.
And for
shall
any
we
of
get
you
the show
first
on the
that
road?
didn't get it, what is spam spelled backwards?
Why, it's maps, of course.
I just want to make sure every
Many-
first got there.
Many all play safely. Yes, that's what that is. Many all play safely.
Many
Maps.
all plays. That's exactly what it is. And so backwards,
That is maps.
it's safely play all many. Did I get it right?
Sure.
Play-
Safely play all many. Yes.
Okay, yay!
Yay! There we go.
We're
All
stupid
right.
already. This is so exciting.
We're stupid already. 5 minutes in, we're stupid already.
Oh my
Let's
God.
just hear the music for a sec.
I'm listening.
Well, hello, greetings, salutations, and Moobarkfluff, and welcome to our little corner of the Podiverse. We are so glad you're here, and you are listening to Barely Furcasting featuring Taebyn. I am Barely Normal, one of your co-hosts, and with me is Taebyn. How the fluff are you, Taebyn?
Well, hi there, Barely. Thank you for asking. Yes, my name is Taebyn. I am a pup bark, and I have been doing good this week. Just fluffing around and doing the thing, chasing the tail a little bit, but not too aggressively. You know, still got to help out those squirrels and chipmunks and everything out there. They still want to know I've got a good business going on here about helping other little creatures learn to chase their tail. So that's pretty good. And how are you, Mr. Barely?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, but I have to ask you, are the squirrels and stuff paying you to teach them to chase their tail?
Only in acorns.
Or are they just giving you nuts?
They're
acorns and nuts?
They're giving me acorns and nuts, which is, I don't eat acorns, and I usually, I eat peanuts sometimes, but they don't give me peanuts. But I don't tell them. I just say thank you and like put them in a corner somewhere.
Well, that's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice. Well, as I mentioned earlier, this episode comes out on December 4th, which is 24th, not December 4th,
even.
but 24th,
Ah.
which is Christmas Eve. So we should wish everyone a very merry holidays and a flufftacular new year.
Yes. Okay, on the count of 3, let's do that. 1, 2, 3. Very merry. Okay, let's try that
Merry
again.
holidays.
1, 2,
Okay.
3.
Two,
Very
three.
merry.
Very merry
holidays.
days
Flufftacular.
and a floccular new year.
That was awesome.
Wow. That was terrible. Just terrible. So, to all our listeners out there, send us in some of your favorite holiday memories, and we'll read it on our show in the future.
Nice. Yes,
Now,
very good.
Every year for Christmas, the month got away from me with all my personal stuff going on. So normally we would have had some sort of a Christmas special going on, but
It's true.
but we didn't have a chance to do that. And every year we call Santa and we talk to Santa, and we've chatted with him, but I sent him an email this year asking if he was available, and he replied back that he wouldn't be available to talk this year because he's dealing with an elf shortage up there at the up there at the North Pole, and one of his reindeer decided to go on vacation right before Christmas. Um,
Oh, well, that's not
during
very
the
nice.
during the Christmas rush. Turns out Prancer decided that he wanted to spend Christmas at Fire Island
Oh,
to get in touch with his feelings.
oh, he's
So
always been such a hippie.
he has been such a hippie,
Hippie dear.
and is a little hippie deer, and so he's getting in touch with his feelings. So Christmas is still going to happen, obviously, but Santa was just too busy for us to talk to this year. So he said that maybe call him after Christmas
Okay.
and talk to him when he's a little bit rested up and ready to go, and then he could have some adult beverages while he's chatting with us.
Oh,
But
okay.
he can't do that right before Christmas because you don't want drunk Santa. It's bad. But
And
bad drunk Santa.
unless he's got to drink water or something sometime. You get dehydrated.
Well, he does drink water, but
Oh, okay.
adult beverages are what he's
Oh.
going to drink after Christmas.
Oh.
You know, the
that
rum
sounds-
spiked eggnog and things like that. Yes. Poofs, so to speak. Poofs, so to speak. Yes. So I want to ask you a question. Have you heard about this new Rubik's Cube?
Oh, probably not.
You haven't heard of it? It's called the Rubik's Cube Phantom.
I'll have to look into this. I had
And
not heard of this. No.
You'll have to look into this. It's a thermochromatic.
That
which
is
means
fun
that
to
it's
say.
It's right. It's all black until you touch it, and then the colors are revealed. It's kind of like heat
Oh,
sensitive.
Wow, that's cool.
So
I
you have to
write this down. Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy them at Walmart. Actually, they're only like $15 at Walmart.
Oh, okay. So it's
So,
not like a specialty
yeah.
order item or anything.
No, nope. And they sell
Yeah.
them at Target, Walmart, Fred Meyer. All the stores have them in the toy department.
Wow.
So
I will check
it
this
might
out.
be this year's hot gift.
Yeah.
Yes.
Literally.
Mhm.
Well, not literally, but yeah, thermally.
Well, no. If you get it from the library, you might be able to check it out.
Crickets in the background.
Well,
Rain.
the crickets in the background. I tell you, that's terrible. All right. Okay.
But I have some things
let's
to say.
get-
We can't do that yet. I have some things to say.
Okay. What do you have to say?
I have to say, goodness sakes, chicken steaks.
Huh? Okay.
But I have
Why?
more. That was just one thing I had to say.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
So,
All right.
any further, that's a throwback to a few weeks ago. Anyway, so the last one, not last week, we didn't because we had the special Corvallis fur meat episode. But several weeks before that, I had words from other furs from chats and stuff. And so I asked,
Yes.
does any fur have a word for tonight? And I got 4 words from different
4
furs.
words.
So yeah.
Okay.
So here
Do they have
are.
definitions, or do they just have words?
They actually do have definitions, and 2 of these I'm really
Okay.
glad they have definitions. So the first
Okay,
word,
good. Well, let's hear these words.
the first word is from Coaster the T-Fox in the A&W chat. His word is
Okay.
acquisition.
Okay.
We know what that means: to acquire, to get,
To get,
So
to obtain, to possess, acquisition. Yes.
possess. So shout out to Coaster T-Fox for that. The next word is from I think it's Tegan King from the FC chat. His word is shovel.
Okay. Shovel.
Yes.
All right.
Shout out to
All right.
Tegan King. So these next 2,
There you go.
oh, I'm really glad they gave me the definitions too. So this next one is from Tucker in the FC chat. His word is pulchritudinous. I don't even know how to. So help me pronounce that. PULCH.
Okay, hang on.
Oh yeah.
PULCHRIT.
UDINOUS.
Pulchritudinous.
I think that sounds right. I'll go with that. And it means
Okay.
lovely or beautiful.
Oh, well, aren't you just pulchritudinous?
We're gonna have to work that into the show from now on or something like that.
Yes.
And the next word, the last word I have is from Giraffe. We know our friend Giraffe has been on the show before.
Yes.
And his word is defenestration.
Defenestration. Yes. What does that mean?
It means to throw out window.
To throw out the window.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's a good word too.
So does that mean throw the window out or throw it out of the window? Ooh.
Dun dun dun. I'll have to look into
that's
that.
a question.
So that'll be something
Yes.
for the past today. So shout out to Coaster, Tegan King, Tucker, and Zarafa. Thank you for those words.
Yay, words.
And I have one more thing to say.
Yes. Okay. Let me hear it.
So, MFF was a few weeks ago.
Yes, it
It
was.
was. So really cool, I guess. I mean,
Hmm.
so the previous FurCon world record was in 2019. MFF attendance was 11,019. We've talked about that on the show before.
Yes.
Last year, 2021, it was 9,332. But this year,
Yes.
so it went down to the second largest con last year. AnthroCon still beat it, I think. Anyway, this
Hmm.
year
Yes.
the attendance was, drum roll please, was 13,641.
Yes, it was.
13,000. Oh
Yes.
my cow! That's like a growing city.
It is a growing city. And when they started, their very first FurCon they had in 2000 only had 388 attendees.
It was tiny. It was tiny. And
It
they've
was
done,
teeny tiny.
of course, they've done really great things for charity. This year they raised 106,683 for charity, but that wasn't the biggest. In 2019, which was the previous largest attendance, they raised $224,704 for charity. So that's pretty awesome and amazing. Shout out to MFF
That's an
attendees
amazing
and all
shout
you
out.
furs out there. That's very great.
Yes, it was.
And now I'm done. Now we can do the challenge, or the next thing, which is Past Today.
The Past Today, which I don't have anything because I've been super busy doing other stuff. What have you got for the Past Today? Anything?
I have a ton of things.
Well, let's get to them. Let's hear. Welcome to the Taebyn Show.
I know I have a lot of things to say. Okay, so first of all, did you find out what, I know the answer to this question. Did you find out what Pernuvane dunk means?
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, I thought so.
If any fur would like to define it, please send it into the chat.
And that
for
way I don't
your
have to
definition
keep
of what Pernuvendunk means.
Yes, and then I don't have to keep asking barely each week. Also, like I've been saying this past few weeks, I'm supposed to send you ugly Santa mug picture.
Yes.
I have it. I just haven't done it yet because I'm a lazy pup.
Mhm.
I've also still need to talk about roadie propagation.
Yes.
And I haven't done that yet. So hopefully in the near future, I will do that.
Someday.
But I do
Yes.
have other things and for the Past Today. Oh my Lord. Look at all this.
right,
I have so much. Okay,
So much
Are
stuff.
you ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. So a few weeks ago, so the word for those previous weeks was from Atheist from the FC chat. And last time, or a few weeks ago, I mentioned that I didn't know if I was actually saying it right. So I asked him and found out that indeed it's pronounced Atheist. So there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
And then a few
right.
weeks ago, you talked about watching the Westminster Dog Show.
Yes.
So I checked out a little bit. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I watched the Masters and All American Masters Agility Champions, and it's amazing. The doggy go fast. Doggy go
Oh, yeah.
fast. And when he goes in and out of the vertical pegs and go in and out, and it's so cute and wonderful.
Yes.
Doggy go fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched
Yes.
that. Also, a few weeks ago, I talked about how in certain years, all the oak trees know to overproduce acorns. And it turns out those are called mast years. And the question that we
Okay.
had was, how do they all know that this is the year we will all overproduce?
I'm sure there's a memo that goes out.
Yeah, I'm sure there is too. A cornity. That was stupid. Never mind. Stupid. Anyway, so I researched it, and it turns out that we don't know yet. This is just one of those. There's like theories, but like we don't actually really know how the oak trees all know this is it. This is the time.
It's a great mystery.
It is. Also, we recently talked about abacuses on the show.
Yes, we did.
And how there are like abacuses championships. So
yes.
In looking through, and because I wanted to see a video of such a thing, I found something called Cheese on Bop.
Cheese on Bop.
It's called, it's spelled CHISANBOP. Have you heard of this?
Okay. I have not.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
I
What
am
is
going
cheese
to
and
tell
bop?
you. So another kind of more layman's word for it is Kung Fu mathematics.
Everybody was Kung Fu fighting.
Kung Fu mathematics. Okay.
And so it's, I mean, this is kind of a derivative of abacus. It's basically arithmetic, doing arithmetic, like mental math and using your fingers and stuff. And
okay.
so it's funny when you watch it. So if you go to watch the championships, all these little kids are like waving their hands around all crazy, and it looks like they're freaking out. They like wave them around, freak out, stop, freak out, stop, freak out, and they just keep doing that. And it's because that's they're counting in ways on their fingers and stuff, and it's really crazy. And I mean, you've just got to go check it out. Like do Cheese and Bop championships, and you see like it's a wave of kids going crazy, and it's fun to watch. Anyway, so there's that.
Okay.
Speaking of the cube, so
Yes.
a few weeks ago you talked about the new world record holder for most Rubik's cubes solved in 24 hours. And you said he's from United Kingdom. So I went in and found out his name is George Sholey. I'd actually heard his name before, but his name is George Sholey. He currently holds the third place for the national record for the 3x3 average, which he got just this year at the WCA European Championship. And that average is 7.28 seconds, which is pretty good. And he also holds first place national average for the 2x2, which is 1.57 seconds. So there's that information.
Awesome. Is that everything?
No.
Oh, well, keep going then, please. You've been saving this up.
I apparently have. So this is actually continuation from a few weeks ago, where you might remember I talked about why leaves change color. And
yes.
So I mentioned talked about it a little bit, and I said I would continue the next week, which was last week, but of course we had the fur meet. So now I'm going to continue talking about it this week.
Okay.
How are you doing, Barely?
I'm doing great.
Okay.
I'm learning all these things today.
There's all these things that we're doing.
Things.
Last time I talked about the 3 factors that influence autumn leaf color. That is leaf pigments, length of the night, and weather. And so this week I want to talk a little bit about the leaf pigments and how they
let's talk about the little pigments.
The little piggies on the leaves. There are 3 types of pigments that are involved in autumn color. That is carotenoids. And what they do is they produce the yellow, orange, and brown colors in things such as corn, carrots, and daffodils, and rutabagas, and bananas. And then there are anthocyanin, which gives color to things like cranberries, red apples, Concord grapes, blueberries, strawberries, that kind of thing. They're water soluble and appear in the watery liquid of the leaf cells. And then, of course, there's the one that we've all heard of, chlorophyll. And those are, of course, that's the pigment that gives the basic green color. And it's necessary for photosynthesis and all that stuff that we've heard about.
Yes.
So trees in the temperate zones store these sugars for the winter dormant period.
Okay.
Both the chlorophyll and the carotenoids are present in the chloroplasts of leaf cells throughout the growing season. Most of the anthocyanins are produced in the autumn in response to the bright light and excess plant sugars within the leaf cells. During the growing season, chlorophyll is continually being produced and broken down, and leaves appear green. At night, not at night, but as night length increases in the autumn, chlorophyll production slows down and then stops, and eventually all the chlorophyll is destroyed. The carotenoids and anthocyanin that are present in the leaf are then unmasked and show their colors. I see their true colors. Okay, anyway. Certain colors and certain colors are characteristics of particular species, such as in the oaks you get red, brown, and russet. In the dogwood you get bark. You get purplish red. And of course, color of maple leaves differ depending on the species. The red maple, for example, is a brilliant scarlet. The sugar maple has an orange red. The black maple glowing yellow. The striped maple is almost colorless. And of course, all of this comes from the pigmentation that I just talked about. So that's what I have to say about leaf pigments. And next week, I'll continue talking about that second thing that I mentioned. I'll talk about the length of night and how it affects the leaf color. And now that concludes my path today.
Okay. Well, that was a good pass today. You've been saving that up. You've stockpiled it, let it go. And,
I pup-piled.
Keep things pup-piled, got it going. So I want to talk a little bit about some it's not really history, but current events, I guess, would be the best way to
So we're going to continue learning the C. This is a CEU episode.
It is. And I want to talk a little bit about Puerto Rico. Now, we have listeners in Puerto Rico.
Hi.
So Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, and people there who are born there are considered U.S. citizens. But guess what? They can't vote for congressmen, senators, or the president.
They can't?
Even though they're U.S. citizens.
Really?
No, that's right. They cannot.
I did not know that. So why is that?
That's right. Because they're a territory, and they're not a state. Only states can vote for presidents and things like that.
Okay.
Now, there have been 145 bills in Washington since 1901, when Puerto Rico became a U.S. territory. And those bills have always been to grant statehood to Puerto Rico. And they've always been defeated.
Oh, no.
So, always been defeated. So, 145 times since 1901, they have tried to become a state. And so, why haven't they been allowed?
I mean, it's because they keep getting defeated. They don't have a leg to stand on.
That's true. They don't have any feet to stand on. The legs
are still there. That's true. So they're halfway there.
Yes. Okay. So the answer to why they are not allowed to join the United States is long and drawn out. However, the latest objection. So now the congressman in our Congress right now passed a bill to allow Puerto Rico to choose whether they want to be a state or not.
Oh, okay.
And once they do that, it has to go to the Senate, and the Senate has to approve the bill as well. Now, that's usually where it dies, is in the Senate. Because why? Who controls the Senate most of the time?
The president?
The Republicans. No, the Republicans.
The Republicans.
Yes.
Oh.
Right.
I learned something.
Now, here are some current arguments from Republican senators as to why they will not support a bill to make Puerto Rico, give them the ability to choose to become a state.
I'm really excited.
Are you ready for the stupidity?
I think.
Okay.
I knew this was going to be a stupidity thing.
Okay. So they say that adding a 51st state to our union would make the flag look weird. That's their first argument.
Oh, great.
So,
that's great. That's great.
You know, they would have to change the way the flag looks and have to add another star, and it would look weird. So that's their one argument.
I mean, they'd have to. It's true. It's true. Okay.
I mean, so, okay. Yeah. Okay. So they also state that because they're mostly Democratic, it would skew the House and Senate to be Democratic run. Now, of course, they don't want Democrats running the House and the Senate because they're Republicans, right?
It's true.
One Republican senator said that they have no natural resources to contribute to America, so therefore they shouldn't be a state. Now, the last time I checked, no states contribute natural resources to the overall wellness of the country.
It's a country thing, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The dumbest one, here's the dumbest one. They don't speak fluent English.
Was that
One
Ron
senator
DeSantis that said that?
No. That was a Republican from Oregon that said that. And
really?
Yeah, what a moron. Anyway, and so now all of these things. Oh, and then another one said that they don't make enough money there to pay taxes, so therefore we shouldn't allow them to be a state.
You know, I don't know much about politics, but I feel that none of that makes any sense at all.
It does not make any sense at all. And all these things are stupid and moronic. Now, if the bill passes the Senate, and to be clear, they would need at least 10 Republicans to vote for it, which seems highly unlikely. But if it passes, then the citizens of Puerto Rico will be given 3 options on the ballot. They can choose statehood, they can choose full independence and become their own independent nation, or they can become a sovereignty with free association.
Sovereignty with free association.
What that means is Right. What that means is that's kind of like an ally.
Oh,
So they're their own sovereign nation, but
they're friends.
they look to the United States for care, custody, and defense. So they could choose one of those three. Now, and I would have to say, let's all pressure our Republican senators to do the right thing and pass this bill and let Puerto Rico decide if they want to be a state or their own nation or sovereignty with
And-
free association. I
but
mean,
you know,
let's give them a choice.
I think the best option, like they should really go for statehood, because if nothing else, just to make the Republicans have to make a flag that looks weird. I don't know.
Right. And, it's going to look weird because all the stars will be even. It'll be a square. It'll be a box of stars. Because right now they're off
Off
centered.
center, and it'll be like a yeah.
Right. They'll be, yeah. Even though it's 51, they would have to have an odd star somewhere. But who cares? I mean, that's just dumb.
It's just dumb.
And since all of that is stupid, let's get to our next section by way of introduction to That's Just Stupid.
And before we do that,
Yes.
I would like to tell a joke to connect your history
The dots?
thing with
Okay.
That's Just Stupid, because this is totally
Okay,
going to be a
let's-
great connector.
Let's hear the historical That's Just Stupid joke.
So a father was on his way home from work, and he suddenly remembered that it was his daughter's birthday. So he pulls into a shopping center, goes into a toy store, and says, "Hi, how much do your Barbie dolls cost?" The clerk says, "Which one would you like? We have Workout Barbie for $19.95, Shopping Barbie for $19.95, Beach Barbie for $19.95, Disco Barbie for $19.95, Astronaut Barbie is only $19.95, Veterinary Barbie is $19.95, and Divorce Barbie is $265.95. And the dad says, "Wait, what? Why is Divorce Barbie $265.95 when the others are only $19.95? And the clerk says, "Well, sir, Divorce Barbie comes with Ken's house, Ken's truck, Ken's fishing boat, Ken's furniture, Ken's dog, Ken's computer, and one of Ken's friends." And there's that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Okay. So that's just stupid.
Are you stupid or something?
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
Okay. So the first thing on That's Just Stupid is our friend, the former president, that Cheeto,
Yeah.
has done another thing to scam the public. He started a non-fungible thing that NFTs, the non-fungible, what they're called, tokens,
Tokens.
right? Yeah. So for $99, you can get a digital trading card with Cheeto's face on other people's bodies. Yep.
Whoa!
Like Superman.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa! Back up the Cheeto. So
Yes.
say that again. I think I misheard you.
Okay. For $99,
Okay, I got that.
you can get a digital trading card
Okay.
that has the Cheeto's face on other people's bodies.
Okay, so I heard that right.
Yes. So
Want
it's all
to
digital.
strangle things
And so,
somehow.
right. So, like a sheriff, an astronaut, a Superman. And now, if this moron would take responsibility for all the damage he did to America, that would be swell. Hey, Donnie, if you're listening, how about you find a nice quiet island somewhere and swim there? Oh, wait, you can't swim? Well, we'll give it a try anyway. I mean, you are the best at everything, so you may as well be the best at swimming.
That's just like, well, stupid and
That's just
moronic
stupid.
and just very strange. I mean,
It's very strange. Okay, so we have two stories about the Grinch. Now, being Christmas, there is a town in Florida called Marathon, and
really?
a police officer there, yes, a police officer there every Christmas dresses up like Grinch and pulls people over for speeding. Now, when he pulls them over, he doesn't give them a ticket. He gives them a stinking rotten onion as a reminder to not speed.
I don't know. I mean,
Uh-huh.
maybe
Right?
maybe this police guy should get together with Cheeto, and like they can share their faces on other people's bodies or something. I don't.
Right? There you go. Now, another Grinch thing. In Arizona, a driver was cited for carpooling with an inflatable Grinch in the passenger seat of his car.
Oh, okay.
They tried to pass off the inflatable figure of the Dr. Seuss character as a passenger. The Arizona Department of Public Safety says a trooper last week noticed a car in a high-occupancy vehicle lane on Interstate 10 in Phoenix with a, are you ready for this? This is what the article said, suspicious-looking green passenger. Seuss,
yeah.
right? Yes.
Cow.
Okay. All right. So let's... Oh, boy. All right. Let's get on to another world record. An Idaho man who possesses more than 250 Guinness Book of World Record titles already.
Oh, God.
Broke another one by folding 31 T-shirts in 1 minute.
So, I mean, if you just go after the stupid things, of course you're gonna have the most Guinness Book World Records. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, I couldn't do that. That's for sure.
The world record to beat was 23, and he did 31. And he decided the best way to do it was to fold one arm in, then the other, then the bottom. And that's what he did. So he broke the record by folding 31 shirts in the allotted time. All right. Let's get back to politics. You know Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene? You know, the other moron in Washington? The other biggest moron in Washington other than the Cheeto or Mitch McConnell? Yes.
I have heard of this person.
Yes. She's the one that said there were Jewish lasers out in space.
Oh, is that the one?
Shooting down
okay.
people.
Okay. Got it.
That's the one. Yes.
Got it.
So now she has started referring to the GOP, which is the Republican Party, as the Five Families.
The Five Families?
Which is a reference to the Godfather movie. Yes.
Oh, my.
Now, clearly, she didn't ever see the movie because the Five Families were at war, and when they all got together, they were all whacked in the room.
Oh.
So I guess, but wait a minute. Does that mean if they get together in a room, we can whack them? Can we whack them? Can we? Huh? Can we whack them? Can we whack the Republicans? Can we? Please.
So, I think I know what you want for Christmas there, Barely.
I want Republicans whacked.
Yeah.
Whack them all.
Oh,
whack them all. Whack a Republican.
Oh, my cow.
Whack a Republican. Okay. All right.
So speaking of stupid, I have an airhead joke.
Okay.
2 airheads.
Go for it.
2.
Yes.
2. That's not the joke.
2 mints in 1.
Yes, only new search gives you 2 mints in 1.
2 airheads were walking down the road at night, and one says to the other, "Is that the sun or the moon up there?" The other says, "I don't know. I don't live in this area."
Oh, God.
Okay, so moving right along.
Moving right along. Let's get to media, shall we? All right. So I am caught up on Yellowstone, the newest season, season 5.
Very nice. Still going good?
Yep. Still going good. Just when you thought you couldn't get any weirder and more violent, they got weirder and more violent. Yep. So there you go. I'm caught up on Wednesday, the show, not the day.
I was just going to say.
Wednesday Addams. It's all about Wednesday Addams from the Addams Family.
Oh.
And yes, it's very similar to Sabrina, actually, if you look at it, because it's all about Wednesday going to a school where they have werewolves and witches and ghosts and Medusas and all that kind of stuff. So all the little powerful things that are going on. So like I said, it's kind of like Sabrina. So, and she's trying to solve a mystery.
Oh, not Mr. Bush, but Miss Tree.
Huh? Miss Tree. Yes, the trees of mysteries. And that is all I've been watching, other than 2.5 Men at Betty Bye time.
Betty Bye.
Yes, and I did watch a couple of episodes, rewatched a couple of episodes of Golden Girls because you gotta watch.
You gotta go. I mean, come on. We're gay, right? Yeah. I mean, you gotta watch episodes of Golden.
That's right. Yeah. Yep.
My turn.
So what have you been watching?
Oh.
It's your turn. What have you been watching?
I actually don't have as much as I did like during the intro and past today. So
Oh, okay.
I've still been doing South Park for lunchies. I
Mhm.
forgot to mention the last few weeks. So at one point you might or might not remember, I said we started watching this Netflix show called Working Moms.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you remember? Yes. Well, we started
Yes.
season 2, and we're almost done with season 2. So we've been watching that. It's a good
Okay.
little show. It's a good little show. And of course, continue watching The Orville season 2. And you know, I forget if I said
Yes.
this before, but it's really cool that Jonathan Frakes directs it. For any that doesn't know, Jonathan Frakes is #1 from Next Generation, and he's directing The Orville. It's really cool that that he does that.
Yes.
And that is
And it's Frakes.
oh, did I say Franks like the
You did say Franks, like
hot
Franks and
dog?
beans, but it's
It's
Frakes. Yes.
Frakes.
Frakes.
Ooh, so I lied. Jonathan
Frakes.
Frakes is not directing it. He's over there with
Jonathan
his
Frakes did not
no,
no, he works with buns and beans
yeah,
mostly.
mostly,
So.
yeah. And no, I
And there you go.
got nothing. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to stop talking about media.
So, do you like the Orville?
Yes, it's really good. I really like it. It's I mean, so for any that hasn't seen it, the Orville is Seth MacFarlane. You know, he's the Family Guy, an American Dad
Mhm.
creator, and he created the Orville as an homage to Star Trek. And so it's
Yes,
a
he did.
Star Trek-ish thing where Seth MacFarlane Ed Mercer captains a medium line starship called the Orville, and you know, they do stuff and everything. And it's just really but then it's got like a humorous twist and stuff, and it shows you all the like, you know, if you're living on a starship, you know, certain questions are going to arise, and like, what does everyday life look like? Well, it doesn't look like it does on Next Generation, so they kind of delve into that. It's kind of like a sideline thing. Anyway, it's really good and it's humorous, and I recommend you first check it out if you haven't already. And by the way, if you see the Orville New Horizons, it's the same thing. That's just like season 3 and after. But so the Orville,
Yes.
you want to start with the Orville will be season 1. Anyway, so that's info for
Mhm.
all you furs that haven't heard about it yet. And there it is. But yes, I really like it. And you really like it, Barely.
Oh, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Yep.
Yeah, it's really great. I look forward to watching it.
Well, that's great. Good news. Good news. Good
Great
news all around.
chicken sticks.
All the news that's fit to report. Good news. There's no good news. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, let's get to a little this or that, shall we?
This or that.
All right. So I have my book of 3001 this or that questions. We are on number 155 of
Wow,
3001 this or that questions.
We're trekking through.
All right. We're trekking through. Yes, we are. Okay. So, would you rather have no teeth, but you can eat all the ice cream you want? What? Or have teeth, but you can only eat onions?
What is that? I mean, did the Cheeto come up with these? I mean, come on.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'll go with the ice cream thing, because I
Okay,
don't
so
wanna
no
eat
teeth, but ice
onions
cream. Yeah.
only. Or wait, it's the Grinch
Yes,
thing.
eating-
It had the onions, the green onions for the tickets. Is that right?
I guess.
Yeah,
I
okay.
guess. I don't know. All right. Would you rather be an owl or a cat?
An owl?
Owl. Like
Owl.
boo,
Ooh. Boo, 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 boo. I'd rather be a kitty.
kitty for the pup. Would you rather be really? Would you rather be a mason jar or a measuring cup?
What the cow is going on? Measuring cup. Because then I can be a measuring
A
pup.
measuring cup. Okay.
These are crazy. All
Um
you furs out there, challenge to all you furs, write in and tell us what you would rather be. A masoning jar or a measuring
Yes.
cup.
Okay. Now here's a weird one. Not that the others
now we're
weren't.
getting to the
but
weird ones. Okay.
would you rather be an ashtray in an expensive hotel,
Oh.
but everyone puts their cigarettes out in you, which is what an ashtray is for, or an ashtray in a dumpy bar, but no one puts cigarette butts in you.
What the cow? I guess I'll go with the dumpy bar one. Because I don't want people putting cigarettes out.
I guess. All right.
Oh my cow. You said 155,
Okay.
huh? So we've got a ways to go.
We got a ways to go, yes. So the next one, the last one, because, wow. Would you rather be a star or a planet?
Well, I'll go with a planet, because if I'm going to go somewhere, I'm going to have to plan it out.
You're going to have to plan it out.
Which
Yeah.
actually really doesn't make any sense, that sentence I just said, but there it is. Masoning jar.
True. Very true. A masoning
Would
jar.
you rather be a masoning jar or a measuring cup?
Oh, I think I'd rather be a mason jar because then I could hold things. I don't know.
It's true.
why not?
I mean, that's very, very true. And we like to hold things.
Okay. We do like to hold things. Hold things close and tight. Okay. Well, we do have the only furries in the news I had. We're going to skip over the furries in the news section because it was going to be about MFF, but you talked about that in the past
that's
today.
how you knew the exact numbers, because you already saw that. I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah. So that's so we can just skip over furries in the news,
sorry,
much to everybody's
your
excitement.
thunder thingy.
That brings us up to upcoming events.
Upcoming
Now.
events.
Yes.
How did
So next week, next
No,
weekend,
do that.
which
I want you to do that too. Go Our little podcast.
There was a movie called
crazy.
I know we're so far off the rails. There was a movie called Stripes many years ago with
Yes.
With Dan
Aykroyd.
Aykroyd.
The Ghostbusters guy. No,
the Ghostbusters guy. Yeah. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd was in it. Yeah. So, one of the guy that played the sergeant when they were crashing through something, he got blowed up and he was laying on the ground going, So that's reminded me of that. Okay, so next weekend, December 28th through the 1st, which is New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, is Furcasting in Reutlingen, Germany. The same weekend, if you're not in Germany and you want to go to Arizona in Phoenix, is the Painted Desert FurCon 2023 at the Sheridan Phoenix downtown in Phoenix, Arizona. Then on December 31st in Newark, Delaware.
We talked about that last time.
New Year's. It's Newark, not New York, not Newark.
Right.
Okay, that's the New Year's Eve Furry Ball. That's at the Hilton, the Embassy Suites by Hilton in Newark, Wilmington, South Newark, Delaware. Yes,
that's hard to say.
And
all those
of course, it's very hard to say all those words. Could you imagine having to answer the phone like that? Embassy Suites by Hilton, Newark, Wilmington, South Newark.
Yeah, I guess you get good.
May
at
I help
saying
you?
that.
Yes. The following weekend after that, January 5th to the 8th, is a FurCon that you're going to be at. That would be
Anthro Northwest 2023 at the Hyatt Regency in Seattle, Hyatt Regency Seattle in Seattle, Washington. Yes, I wag.
Yes, and you're going to be a busy little pup up there. I can tell. I know.
I'm
I
gonna be a
know.
busy little pup. I'm usually pretty busy pup, but yeah, that's true. And then the following weekend after that, you'll be with me at.
Well, is it the following weekend or is it 2 weeks after?
It's the
I thought
following
it was
weekend.
2 weeks after.
No, it's like I'm doing a back-to-back cons. Yep.
I guess it is. We're leaving on the 12th. Yes, that'll be FC.
I'm gonna be such a
further
busy pup
confusion.
those few weeks. Oh my cow.
I know. You're probably going to sleep in the car all the way down.
I have
curl
a
up on the
feeling
back
that
seat
might
like a
happen.
good little puppy and
Yeah.
sleep. Yes. And then the same weekend, which starts on the 6th of January, goes through the 9th. So one day after, if you're in Paris, France, you can go to, not Paris, France, but Saint Salvador d'Alvrage. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't speak French.
It's Saint Salve d'Auvergne, France.
Yeah, that word. That's the Canthro Fur 2023 in France. And then, of course, like you said, the weekend after that is Further Confusion in San Jose. All right. And that's our upcoming events. Do you, my friend and pup-tacular pup, have any math tonight?
I have some math. It's more of a on the logic side of things, but it is a math thing, and it will be interactive with you, Mr. Barely. And you actually
all
don't
right.
need to
I'll
write
get my
anything
pen.
down unless you want to.
Oh,
Which is
okay.
very surprising.
Well, I
I know,
might want
'cause
to.
usually when I say that, it's like, okay, now I gotta get something to write with and write it down, blah. And you might have heard of these things. Have you heard of lateral thinking puzzles?
I have not.
Oh, well, nice. This will be a good this will be good then, because I thought I didn't know if you had or not, so I didn't know how this would go, but this might be exciting. So a lateral thinking puzzle, this is kind of like 20 questions, but it's about situations, not things, and you're not limited to 20 questions. So a little bit of information about them. These puzzles are inexact, and many puzzle statements have more than one possible fitting answer. The goal is to find out the story as the host, which will be me, has in mind. You need critical thinking, logical thinking, and also lateral thinking. And for any that doesn't know, lateral thinking is a manner of solving problems using an indirect and creative approach via reasoning that is not immediately obvious. So you need those things.
Sounds like working for the government.
That I mean, there's truth there actually. So
Yeah, yeah.
And you would know because you do.
I do work for the government. Yes,
You do know how that
We're
is?
here to help.
We're here to. And so, by the way, the term lateral thinking was coined by Edward de Bono to denote a creative problem-solving style that involves looking at the given situation from unexpected angles, and is typically necessary to the solution of such puzzles. So, I mean, how it
Okay.
works is I give you a situation with a question about it, and then you ask questions to help you figure out the answer. And I answer with one of three responses, either yes, no, or irrelevant. So it's like 20 questions, but you're trying to figure out, a situation. So I'll give you an example.
Okay.
And I'll give you an example of a puzzle and how the questioning line might go, for example. And then I'll have one for you to try. So,
Okay.
this goes. A man walks into a bar. Ha ha ha! No, this isn't a joke. This is a real thing. Is okay. A man walks into
And
a
he
bar.
said, "Ow."
It's a cow.
And he said, "Ow."
And then he said, "Ow."
No, he said, "Ow."
Yep.
Because he
did.
walked into the bar.
Yeah,
Yes.
oh, I know. So he walks
Go on.
into a
A
bar,
man walks into the bar.
and he asks the
Yes.
bartender for a drink of water. The bartender pulls out a gun, points it at the man, and cocks it. The man pauses before saying thank you and leaving. So what happened? And so the questioning line might go, could the bartender hear him? Then the answer, I say yes. The question then might be, was the bartender angry for some reason? The answer, no. Question might be, was the gun a water pistol? And the answer is no. Question, did they know each other from before? And then the answer might be irrelevant, because it turns out that it doesn't affect the outcome. Question then might be, was the man's thank you sarcastic? And the answer is no. Question, did the man ask for water in an offensive way? The answer is no. Did the man ask for water in a strange way? The answer is yes. So you start kind of following these lines, and eventually these questions can lead up to the conclusion, which is the answer that the man actually had hiccups, and then his reason for requesting a drink of water was not to quench his thirst, but to cure the hiccups. The bartender realized this and chose instead to cure the hiccups by frightening the man with the gun. Once the man realized that his hiccups were gone, he no longer needed the drink of water, gratefully thanked the bartender, and left. So that's how lateral thinking puzzles go.
Okay. I can't say that I'm going to succeed at this, but I will give it the old bear try.
The old bear. And this one is actually, you might get it. I don't know. I tried to choose a simpler one for like induction
For the
into
simple bear. Thanks. Yes. Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, I didn't get it either actually when I saw it. I had to look at the answer.
Oh.
And
Okay.
in order to help you out, a lot of these turn out
Yes.
to be like, once you hear the answer, you're like, why didn't I get that? So,
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah.
so let's try it. So
Okay.
this one
All right,
goes
let's
by the
try.
name of eggs in a basket. And the setup,
Okay.
the situation is simple. There are 6 eggs in a basket. 6 people each take one of the eggs. But then after they
Okay.
do that, there is 1 egg left in the basket. How can this be?
6 eggs, 6 people, each take an egg, but there's 1 egg left over. So, are all the eggs... I don't even know where to start. Oh, let's see. Are all the eggs actually in the basket?
Yes.
Are all the eggs free?
Free as in,
As in, they don't have to pay for them.
oh, yes.
Do all 6 people know each other?
Irrelevant.
Okay. Is there a chicken in the basket?
No. Well, I'm going to say irrelevant.
Okay. I was going to say, yeah, because he laid another egg. That's why there's an egg left over. Ha ha ha.
Aha. See? That's smart,
See?
though. That's smart.
So I
That's
was
smart
thinking.
there.
I was
You're
thinking. So I said,
But,
did
you know,
anybody put
so
an egg back?
let me pause just a second to say that's
Okay.
what you did was a really good example of what I'd said earlier, that many puzzle statements may have more than one possible fitting answer, but you've got to get to like the actual, so that could have been an actual answer if I had said, yes, and that was a thing. But the fact that I said no means that alleviates that as one of the possible answers. So anyway, keep going.
Yes. Okay. Is there more than one basket?
Irrelevant.
Oh, damn it. Wow. 6 people, 6 eggs, each take an egg, but there's an egg left over. Do the people eat the eggs?
Irrelevant. Maybe.
You're gonna have to fill me in, or give me a clue. How about a clue? Can I get a clue?
Clue
Can I get a
without
clue?
giving it, like, without giving you the answer.
Hmm.
This is something I didn't think about.
Welcome to.
Huh?
What if he wants a clue? Welcome to Puzzles with Barely and Taebyn.
It has something to do with the last egg, or the last person.
Something to do with the last egg. Do all the people like eggs?
Irrelevant.
Did the last person decide they didn't just didn't want an egg, or they just put it back?
No, they did not put it back.
Okay, I give up. What's the answer to this silly little question?
The last person to take an egg also takes the basket.
Oh, okay.
So now you know what I
Goes
mean by
that
like,
way, the eggs.
like I shouldn't. And that's the same response I had when I. So it's like, I mean. But
Yeah,
anyway, so those are lateral.
that makes sense.
It does make, and they're things that are not like just crazy and off the wall and like you made that up, but it's like, yeah, no, they make sense. And they're really good little fun puzzles and help you to learn to think creatively and things like that. And they're kind of fun, I think. This pup is not good at these things, by the way. So I'm not saying like I'm an expert, because I'm definitely not. I'm not good at thinking. I'm just a pup. I think it's fun, and I thought it would be a fun thing to do on the show.
It was. Unfortunately, my brain doesn't work that way sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think mine does either. But maybe I'll try it again sometime and see if we can learn to think creatively.
There you go. All right. So being that it is Christmas Eve,
Yes.
I would normally read a Christmas story, and so I found one this year. It's called "'Twas the Night Before Christmas When the Aliens Invaded," or also known as 25 Verses of Awful Poetry, or Waiting for the Next Dose of Medication, a happy, jolly, silly poem for Christmas by an author by the name of Michael Carter. Are you ready for this great story?
It's already a great story. I totally wag. I can't wait.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all over the earth the people were giving sober life a wide berth. They were all in the pubs and the clubs, inns and bars, spending their money on beer and Mars bars. Getting drunk very quickly, downing glass after glass, waiting for the first person to fall flat on their... But up in the air, something strange was at bay, and it wasn't old Santa, he'd been kidnapped away.
Oh no.
But a team of nasty aliens who wanted to teach those Earthlings a lesson and how they were in reach. So as the clocks ticked to midnight, the drunks started to cheer. Those almighty aliens remotely canceled all the beer.
Uh-oh.
Any alcohol at all simply disappeared. The men were right pissed off. This was a damn weird. The saucers came down and the aliens got out. Seems strange now, you know, but they all had bad gout. That's why they invaded, for some foot cream, you see. 'Cause up on their planet, there was no factory. The alien chief decided it was time for some speech, so he pressed a big button while he popped in his teeth. Instantaneously, he was connected to every earthly output. He was going to ask them for some cream for his foot. Mere Earthlings, now listen. My name is Carfeed. It seems unlikely, but you've got something we need. Our race suffers a defect. Our feet have all got gout. Give us the cure, or we'll wipe you all out.
Oh no.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
The Earthlings all trembled. Oh no, aliens with gout! But that's not really what H.G. Wells wrote about. In fact, it's quite funny and original too. You don't see weak types as baddies on Doctor Who. You have 30 seconds to comply. No, really, you do. After that, we will blow your precious planet in two. Ha 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 ha! Ho 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 ho! No, I'm not Santa. We killed him, don't you know?
Oh.
Now, this really got to the Earthlings. It can't be true. Santa dead? 20 seconds, dear Earthlings, or it'll be you instead. Damn, I didn't mean to say that. All right, Santa's not dead. We're holding him ransom for some cream for my ped. Hooray! Cheered the Earthlings. Santa's still alive. How many seconds, Mr. Alien? 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh no, we're too late. We'll never save him now. 3 seconds till doomsday. Holy crap! Holy cow! All across the planet, the people did curse. And up in the air, the aliens ordered a hearse. 1 second, my friend, and then you're all fried. The Earthlings so helpless. So boom, they all died. And the aliens had to go home. And their feet, well, they still hurt. But at least they had Santa. And, by the way, his real name is Bert. Bert Matthews, precisely. And yes, he was fat. But old Bert had a few tricks hidden in his red hat. He wasn't just Santa, but an inventor as well, and a chess player and a plumber. And he had a wife called Nell. But now she was toast, like the rest of the world. But Bert didn't cry. Oh, no, no. He hurled. I don't know what that means. He hurled his massive weight against the metal chains. Clink, chink, chink, clink, they snapped. And Bert grabbed his reins, for he still had his reindeer and his big sack of toys. He needed to attract the aliens, so he made a loud noise. The aliens came running, well, limping at least. What's all this noise, you fat hulking beast? Bert whip-cracked the reins, and his reindeer sped off. He got a toy lightsaber out and lopped an alien's head off.
Oh!
Ouch. As Bert practiced karate, his reindeer, called Hom, reached into the sack and produced a small bomb.
Oh!
And a calculator, which he threw. Bert caught it in midair. He pressed a few buttons and cried out in despair, "My reindeer, take heed. Escape from these bastards. I have just caused Mars to fly off its axis." "Run away," called Hom. "We're going to crash. Escape, fellow reindeer, or we'll all be turned into hash." So they pulled open the airlock and jumped straight away, with Bert right behind them, hanging on to the sleigh. They just got clear of the ship, and Mars came into view. This will be ironic. It will smash them in two. Mars collided with great force. The ship, it exploded. It blew up in flames, but alas, so did poor Santa and Bert and his intelligent reindeer. But let's leave it at that and get back to the beer. No, wait a minute. Here's Bert's last surprise. He'd programmed the calculator to summon the time flies.
Oh.
They all had been watching telly. They had Christmas vacation. But now they appeared. There would be soon elation. The time flies all gathered, their tiny wings closed in lock. Those magical time flies unknitted the clock. There was a huge explosion. Those aliens returned. And so did old Bertie. and his beard was all burned. Pop, pop, pop. Mars popped back into the sky. Then came the Earth, and Bert started to cry. My people, he snorted. They're all back to life. Amazing, he said. I can go back to my wife. But alas, the time flies were still doing their job, and time floated backwards. It was a bit of a prob. The universe was younger. The sun was getting hotter. Bert looked in his big sack and pulled out a fly swatter. I'm sorry, time flies. I know you saved us. And now I'm swatting you, not doing you any favors. Swat, swat, swat. Oh, poor Bert, he cried. But inside his sack was a can of insecticide.
Oh.
He shook up the can and sprayed it all around. The time flies just coughed and fell dead to the ground. They made a terrible smell. It seemed like Santa had farted. But anyway, dear children, we're back where we started. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all around the earth, brave Bert and his reindeer decided to stay in and watch a bit of telly.
Oh.
The end.
Wow. Very
Yes.
uh
Very strange.
Yeah, did
Different.
not expect like any of that.
Nope.
Very good, very
Nope.
good,
Nope.
very
Nope. 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 Very
Nice.
good,
Very
good.
nice. Very yay,
Oh.
Merry Christmas and all that stuff.
Merry Christmas
Bert.
with Bert. Bert and the time flies. That knit
Nice.
time back together, apparently.
Wow.
So, do you have your joke book with you?
I don't, so let me go get it and also refill my puppy dish because my water
All right.
is
Well,
done.
you refill your puppy dish, and I will sing Christmas carols while you're gone.
I am so excited to listen to this later and hear you sing Christmas carols. Okay, bye-bye for now.
Okay, bye. All right. And jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. An open sleigh, one horse. So just one horse and a sleigh that's open. Got it. Dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh. Is it the same thing? I guess so. Dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Ha ha ha! Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sleigh in a sleighing song tonight! Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Hey! Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Hooray! Oy vey! It's a nice Jewish holiday. And silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin, mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild. You know, speaking of infants and Christmas and the baby Jesus, you know, my father used to say all the time when we leave the door open, "What, were you born in a barn?" And I guess if you asked that to Jesus, he'd have to say, yes, I was. I was born in a barn. Anyway, oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. And I'm going to stop singing now because I really wasn't singing as much as commentary. So when Taebyn gets back, and he looks like he's coming back right now, he's got his puppy dish and he's got his joke book, and we are getting ready to start again. And there we go with all those songs. That was fun and exciting.
Wow, I can't wait to hear it. Oh my cow.
Yes. All right. So what is your joke book?
So I have the Ultimate Dad Joke Book 501 Hilarious Jokes and Puns by Hugh Mermy.
Hugh Mermy. All
and
right.
all you furs out there, if you haven't heard our joke section before, I have this book where I have not pre-read any of the jokes. I just kind of just read them, and sometimes they're really, really horrible. Sometimes they're actually kind of good. So, but you can't
Do
blame
you read them
me.
and weep?
Do what?
Read them and weep.
Pretty much.
Like
Just
they
read
say
them
on
and
when
weep.
you're playing cards.
Yes.
Read them and weep.
Read
Yep.
them and weep. So you can't blame me because you can blame Hugh Mermy though. But barely he
All
actually
right.
searches out the horrible jokes, so we can totally blame him for what he says.
Right. And I'm going to start with a Christmas joke. We haven't had enough Christmas jokes.
No. we
And
haven't.
I realized that Santa must be very good at martial arts
Oh, yeah. Why is that?
because he has a black belt.
Oh my cow. So barely search that out, all you furs.
I searched that out. Yes.
Okay. And not only did he search it out, but he chose to say it on our show.
To share it. Yes. I chose to share that song. Yeah.
Okay. Well, why are there gates surrounding cemeteries?
I know, but tell us why.
Oh, no. Tell us, share with us your knowledge. Why, Barely? Tell us why.
Because people are dying to get in there.
Are totally dying to get in there.
Yes.
Okay.
You know,
Whoa.
I had to go to the doctor the other day. I had a small mole removed,
Oh.
and the doctor came in and said, "Relax, David. It's just a small surgery. Don't panic." And I replied, "My name isn't David." "I know," the doctor said. "I'm David."
Oh. I got that. No, that's good. That's good, actually. So, I want to know something. There's this woman, and she did a strange thing. You know what she did?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did she did?
She put her money in the freezer. Now, why did the woman put her money in the freezer, do you think?
I don't know. Why would she put her money in the freezer?
It turns out she wanted cold, hard cash.
Ah, yes. There you are. Cold, hard cash.
Took the basket with him.
Yes, they took the basket with them. You know, the other day I was playing with some toys, and I accidentally swallowed a replica of Mjolnir, which is Thor's hammer.
Oh, no. Are you okay?
You know, the little Thor's hammer. I know. It got stuck in my throat, and the doctor said it was the worst case of Thor throat they had ever seen.
I bet it was. Oh
Yes.
my cow! No, that was cute. I'll give that one to you.
Okay.
Who? This is
Are you an owl?
dumb. No, I'm a kitty because I wanted to be kid. No, anyway. This is really stupid. I'm going to go on record by saying what I'm going to say now is really stupid. Are you ready?
Okie dokie. I'm ready.
Who earns a living by driving customers away?
A cab driver?
Taxi drivers, yeah. It's
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. That was dumb, but it was obvious. Very, very obvious. I could have said an Uber. I could have said Uber or Lyft driver or a bus driver.
You could have said a
All
reindeer
of those.
shaft.
A reindeer? No. A reindeer shaft?
It's like the thing you...
No.
No, because you don't want to throw reindeers down a shaft. You don't want to do that.
No. Shaft and all. So I was in Fred Meyer the other day, and they were having a sale on notebooks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but they weren't moving. They were stationary.
I mean... yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, that is true.
It's very, very true. Yes.
Oh, well. It turns out, I found out this thing.
Yes.
You know pirates. Arr.
I know pirates.
I know.
Arr. Yes.
It turns out they cannot play cards. And do you know why they can't play cards?
Why can't pirates play cards?
They always stand on the deck.
Oh, yes. Yes, they do. Well,
These are
I'm going to tell you one
bad.
more thing. That was bad. I'm going to tell you one more thing. You know, it's Christmas time, so I wanted to bake some cookies the other day.
Yeah?
And I followed the recipe, and the directions said to set the oven at 180 degrees.
Oh, uh-huh.
Well, then I couldn't bake the cookies because the door was facing the wall.
Oh, ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah, no, that, I like it. I
Yeah.
go with that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
my
yeah.
final bit of information
Yes.
Why do traffic lights turn red?
I don't know. Why do traffic lights turn red?
Well, I mean, you would too if you had it changed in the middle of the street.
Well, Taebyn, I hope you have a great Christmas morning tomorrow morning, and I hope you get all the things you asked Santa for. And if you didn't, then you can tell him why you were disappointed when we call him in a couple of weeks when he's on vacation. I would like to thank all our listeners out in the Potiverse. We wish you all a very merry season for whatever season you celebrate. Be sure to check out our merch on Redbubble or Bonfire, not Confire. Confire is an entirely different program.
And you don't want to be there when there's a Confire.
No. Redbubble or Bonfire. You can help support the show through donations at Ko-Fi or Patreon. Taebyn and I will see you in a few weeks at FC, and Taebyn will see you, some of you, at A&W first. So until next week, I say Moobarkfluff and stay furry. Taebyn, the floor is yours.
I take the floor with my pussies, and I nom,
Yes.
and I realize it doesn't taste very good, so I give it back. And then I say, thank you, all you furs. By the way, we didn't announce that this is the closing, so we're saying this is the closing. Bye. And
Yes.
let me continue saying bye by saying thank you, all you furs, for listening. And we hope you liked it. We hope we entertained. We hope you learned things. There's a lot of things to learn on this episode right here. Oh my cow!
Mm-hmm.
But we had a good time on this eve or morning or whenever you're listening to it. For us right now it's eve, and we had a good time doing it. And so thank you, and we hope that you didn't hate it, so that you'll listen to it again in the future when you get done realizing how bad the jokes we tell are. So I'll just say thank you so much. Until we bark at you next week, I say Moobarkfluff, bark, bark.
Barely Furcasting is an Injured Nerve studio production and is found on all major podcast platforms or can be heard directly at barelyfurcasting.com. The opinions expressed here are those of the hosts and their guests, and no commercial compensation was granted. The Furcast is produced, recorded and directed by Barely Normal, aka Mike Began, and is edited by Barely and our associate editor Rain Raccoon. Opening and closing theme music, as well as some interstitial music, was created for Injured Nerves Productions for the use on the podcast by Reg Day with Damian Tanuki. If you would like to hear more music by Reg Day, you can search for Tweezerbeak on Bandcamp or Hoop Loop Tunes on SoundCloud. Other interstitial and background music by Shane Ivers through silvermansound.com, Gator Tots on soundcloud.com, and the YouTube Free is Library. Social media presences is maintained by Ziggy the Mean Weasel. If you would like to send us a message, you can do so via email at barelyfurcasting@gmail.com or on our Telegram chat at BFFTchat, on Twitter, on our Facebook page, or on the barelyfurcasting.com webpage. You can help support the show through donations at kofi.com/barelyfurcasting or through Patreon at patreon.com/barelyfurcasting. Thanks for listening. We hope you come back and listen next week.